Hey, Ronnie.
Hey, Sedge.
What's
Episode
up?
194.
It's 194 of the Three Splinters podcast. Wow. Hey, wow. I can't believe we've done 194 of these. It's amazing.
I know. And that's why we need to have an extra special guest on this episode.
Yeah. Hey,
An
everybody.
extra special guest.
We'd like to introduce a gentleman who is a phenomenal master craftsman woodworker. And he's the third splinter. Jason Bent is back.
He is back. So
I'm
is it go,
so
do you go
honored
by
to be a part of this podcast.
so your name is I was going to call you Jason Bont. So it's Jason Bent. Is that what
Yeah,
you go
it's
by?
Jason Bent.
Jason.
And you did get
So
something wrong in my intro. Master craftsman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I'd build it up a little.
he's a
Yeah.
white oak veneer specialist.
Yeah. I'm a master YouTube craftsman.
Yeah, man.
Knows how to make it good. Well, how are you?
Phenomenal instructor.
There you
Oh,
go.
thank you.
And world traveler.
And world traveler.
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
Wow.
He doesn't speak German, but he should.
I, it's funny when we were there this time, for some reason, Leo ended up, I guess it just seemed like he was way more interested in German, and they would be like playing games and stuff and the other kids. And so he started just copying everything that they were saying. And I'm really shocked by like how he's still doing it and how many different things like he was saying. And I told Nicole, finally, I was like, when we get back, I'm going to look into what services I can get through the military to like do one of the language trainings. And I'm like,
Oh,
we just
cool.
need to start doing it. Like
Yeah.
there's no reason. Every time we go there, there's times where I'm sitting around while they're all speaking in German, and I can pick up little things here and there, but it would be so nice to just like know a little bit more and actually be able to
Mm.
and not be uncomfortable like if I went somewhere by myself and feel like the dumb American.
Does everyone in her family speak some English, or does some do and some don't?
Everybody in her immediate family who were around, yes, they all do.
Mm.
I mean,
I think
most people there speak English.
Yeah, it seems that way.
I think it would help out if you knew when you're in the sauna what they were saying.
Yeah. Well, maybe I don't want to know. Maybe I would be insulted.
What's German for tiny? What?
How do you say seven?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? And also, does Nicole speak German to the kids, like when you're at home?
I mean, no, she's not really good about it. Sometimes, like when she gets really angry, yeah.
Mhm.
But there's times where she goes through like, and it's usually like right when we come back, she's like, I need to do it more. And she'll like say something in German and English so they can hear both what it is in German and English and then associate that word um, with it. But I feel like the kids would just pick it up so fast.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And it just does make it a lot easier for the kids because then they can actually communicate and have a better idea. Because the kids don't really speak the best of English and they don't really try to either.
Mhm.
Right. And so Leo has a tendency when we're there, if it's just him and like one of my nephews, they're great. But as soon as other German kids get around, they're just off in their own world speaking German and doing their thing. And like that's when Leo feels a little left out. And I think that's why he kind of wants to speak. But it was a great. I know we're not talking about what we've been up to, but
Oh, we
for
can do
those
whatever order.
that know the last 3 weeks,
You're
but
our extra special guest.
Yeah.
that's right. I can talk about whatever I want. It was a great trip. Was glad to be back. Weather was great, like 70s every day. I think the highest
Ugh.
I saw it get is like 81 or 82.
Oh,
Only a couple of days of rain. One really nasty rainstorm. I went to my brother-in-law's soccer game, like the second to last day, and they called it right towards the end, and then we're like standing outside drinking a beer, and I mean this massive rainstorm, probably some of the hardest rain I've ever seen in Germany. It was crazy. It was
wow.
like a dang hurricane. Yeah, just came out of the blue, but
Mm.
yeah, good trip. A lot of beer,
Yeah.
a lot of good food, a lot of time with family, but it was good to get back. Typical dramatics throughout the airport on the way home, almost not
Hmm.
making a flight, delays, all kinds of stuff. Lost. Oh, uh, one of our bags, because we had such a tight turnaround in Atlanta because of the delays leaving Germany. They One of our bags made it on the plane, the other one didn't, which is really weird
Ooh.
since I handed them both over at the same time. Delta, just because that happened, they gave each one of us, to include Max and Leo, because they have Sky Miles numbers, a $200 flight credit
Wow.
Wow.
for a bag that didn't get lost. It just didn't make it on the plane, and it was delivered to my house like 5 hours later.
Wow.
Yeah, that's cool. That's why we
Yeah.
fly Delta, right?
Yes.
They do
So I
things
was
right.
I was really impressed by that. I was like, holy cow, $200 for each person. Like the kids,
Yep.
it wasn't even the kids' luggage. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
Do you know I just booked a Delta flight this week? It's the first time I didn't even check Allegiant of any. I didn't even check because I'm to the point where I don't care anymore. I would
mhm.
pay double for a ticket to know that I'm not going to have as high of a chance of what happens to me when I fly Allegiant.
Well, yeah, Delta's usually almost always. I don't. I very rarely have ever had an issue. The only issues I've ever had are they're always out of Atlanta, and they're always on the little puddle jumper flights that are like an hour or less.
Yeah.
Just because I feel
I
like I don't know. A lot of times I feel
I
like
I
that's
had
the
those tornadoes that came through and I was stuck in Detroit
yeah
and I was 32 hours travel time. That was Delta. That wasn't a fun experience, but I
Yeah, I mean
it
it can
was
happen.
Detroit.
yeah
It can happen with any airline, but I just noticed that with like I'm just picking on Allegiant because that's the other one that I fly a lot. It's they'll get you there, but your chances of getting home by them are slim. Like you have to find another. I've had to fly home Delta before because Allegiant just canceled the flight, the return
Yeah.
flight. They just
yeah
cancel it. And it seems like that's just an option that's too easy for them. So I'm just like, are you really saving when you get a ticket and then you have to go through that? Because there's nothing
Hmm.
worse when you want to get home and you just can't.
yeah
Sedge's example is a perfect example. It's like, yeah. And they're kind of like, well, you're out of luck. You can wait 7 hours. That's about
yeah.
all they'll give to you. Well, I'm
There
glad y'all
was
got back.
there was one thing I was a little bummed out about while I was in Germany, and I was supposed to go visit festival,
Yep.
um, and I finally had gotten in communication with Wolfgang,
Yeah.
and he put his assistant in touch with me, and then she sent me a message and asked what day would be good. And this was the first day we got there, which was like Thursday, or maybe it was the next day. And I was like, "Hey, I'm here on vacation. Like, I'm pretty flexible. I can come whenever. Just, I know he's a busy guy. Like, let me know what his schedule's like." Well, I didn't hear back from that email at all until the following week on
Oh.
Monday morning. And she wrote me back and said, "Hey, I'm putting you in contact with somebody who handles social media people or whatever. I guess they have like a team that does that." And then I get contacted by another guy, and he's like, "Hey, give me your phone number so I can give you a call and work out the details." And I sent him the phone number, and then like I didn't hear anything back. And the next day, I get an email from him, and it said, like, I guess Wolfgang was now not going to be in the office at all that week because he was out sick, and they were going to try to figure something out, and then they weren't able to because they were doing that event, that launch event,
Oh yeah.
like the build off that like Banks Carpentry
Yep.
and everybody were there, and he wrote me a message too. And they were just like, "Hey, our trainers are on site at another location and we're spread kind of thin. Unfortunately, we're going to have to reschedule this until your next trip, but I know you come here often." And I was like, "Yeah, it's fine." But then I was like, "Man, how cool of an opportunity would that have been?" I was already
Yes.
there to like
Yep.
just go to that event and,
Yeah.
do
Pretty
the
cool.
build off with those guys. But it was just a European ambassador
Yep.
thing. There was no
Hmm.
American people there. But
Nope.
I was like, God, that would have been like I was here for it. Like they wouldn't even had to
Yeah.
pay
Yeah.
for the travel or anything. Like I was already there. But I don't know if Nicole would have liked that too much because I think they were there for like 3 days.
Mm.
Mm.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it was cool. Good to be back. Ready to
Cool.
get back at the old basement.
Nice.
Yeah. But Ronnie, you had an instance that just happened with Cam.
Yes. Yes.
So you want
So
to
he
talk
has,
about that a little bit, and then we can kind of get into what you thought would be a cool topic to talk about.
yeah. Well, yesterday, Kim came in while I was doing the video editing, and he's like, "Hey, Dad, I went to the flea. They apparently it's one of their pastimes. Their friends they walk through one of those converted over like a Walmart building where they make it a flea market with little booths.
Mhm.
And he saw a Stanley 4.5 hand plane, and he took a picture of it and had $49 on it. And he was like, "Do you think I should get this, or is that like not a good idea?" And I was like, "Well, Sedge, we all talked on it a little bit, but not a lot. But I don't really have a lot to offer to him. It looked like the whole thing was brown and rusty, so like maybe the blade have to be replaced, something like that. But that's what I wanted to kind of ask and see the opinions on that because I didn't know really whether to tell him to go for it or not. I didn't know because I'm so new to the hand plane world.
So that is a really difficult question because my dad always used to ask, do you want it as a collector or as a user? So I would imagine he would want it as a user.
User, yeah.
Okay, so when people put price tags on something in the antique business, there's a lot of times they don't know what their price is, so they pick up a book, an appraisal book, the old Walters book, it's online now, and they look at it and go, oh, $49. I think he had 49.99, $50, right? Well, the that's not a collector. A collector wouldn't even go near that. That's in really poor condition. Can he make it a user? Yes, but it's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. But you got to check things on it. You got to see if the tote's cracked, the knob's cracked. That's $55 to replace. Okay,
Wow.
because that's what I just did. I paid $55 for a really nice cherry set. Okay, then you got to look, but the most important things is there a warp on the base or the sole?
Is that where you have it just straight edge with you?
Yeah, have a straight edge with you, and then check for cracks along the sides. And then you got to really look at it to see if all the parts are there. Uh, Sometimes the blade condition can be taken care of, but that's a lot of work, which I would do with Cam if he wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
A replacement hawk blade, I think it's about 50. I'm guessing 50 to $60. Uh, but
So
there's
that
multiple hours in there. So it is a 4.5, a great hand plane, yes, but is you got I wouldn't give him $50 for that.
really.
I'd give
So
him
it's not
10.
like it's a deal. And then what would a new Stanley 4.5 be roughly?
It's not existent.
But I guess I'm thinking the Line Nelson one is, but that's not a good comparison.
Oh, yeah, a new Lee
Yeah.
Nelson, I think is, yeah, I think it's about 350.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
going to say it's
so-
probably around the $350
So if
mark.
if
Yeah.
the Stanley one, for example, could be like 200 if it existed new. Is that where you would think?
The
150 to
value of
200?
it, the value of it, if it was in mint or good condition, fair good, would be about $150 to 200.
Okay, it's always good to know that. What
But that-
what is the thing you're looking at going to be worth if it's in perfect shape or is
Yeah.
restored?
They're trying to. That's what people look at. They go, no, that's a rust bucket.
Yeah.
And you don't know if it's a user. You got to flip it over. Maybe it's got a corrugated sole on it that ups the ante on it. But there's a lot of work in there. Could you make it a user if the things I just described were in good care? Absolutely, 100%. But I'd give them $10.
That's
It's just-
interesting.
it's just-
Those components are that high.
It's one of those things that's really tough because when people would come up to me down in Florida and would say, "Hey, Sedge, I know you know a little bit about antique tools. This was my great grandfather's #5 Stanley, same condition that Cam's photo was," and they go, "This is a really rare," and it was a #5, and I never want to be insulting, but I would pull up eBay and say, $5. That's what it's worth. And it's not worth that to you. It's priceless to you because it was your great grandfather's or your grandfather's. You don't want to be insulting on that. And that's where you
So the restored can make more sense if it's something sentimental. If it's something that was somebody's,
well,
it
once you
makes it
start
more worth it.
once you start restoring, you take away the value.
Just like watches.
Yep.
Wow.
It is such a difficult thing with collectibles. I don't care what it is. You don't want to take if you watch Antiques Roadshow, my dad taught me this, you're taking away patina.
Hmm.
People want that patina. If you take a really nice like Chip and Dale or something federal piece, right, and you restore it, you've taken away the value.
Hmm.
People want the original shape of it or the original patina to it. And what happens is they get this from somebody, a grandparent or something. They go, "Oh, I'm just going to fix it up. I'll have a pro fix it up." And the pro doesn't tell them that they're ruining it or the
Hmm.
overall value to it, but that's what they want. And
So, which would be worth more? A plane that was used every day by a woodworker, like an old plane that was in working condition, but it was like an antique, or a plane that was antique and still in the box and never opened?
oh, antique in the box. That is a collector right there.
Okay.
Never
So
used. I want the ones that are in great condition that were used like a son of a
yeah,
gun because I'm
that
not going to
seems
resell it. I'm going to use it
right.
myself. And that's
That
what I'm
seems like I
dealing
would
with.
want it.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
dealing with this weekend when I told you about that house I'm going to go to.
Yeah. So you're gonna be doing some.
This guy kept everything in pristine, but he also had collections too. But the stuff he used was in pristine condition
What do you
of
use?
high value.
What do you use to check how the flatness of the plate? Do you use like a little 6-inch rule, or
Straight edge,
but
12,
what?
6 inch.
Which one do you use though? Do you like
I
when
t-
you go somewhere? Do you take it with you just on
oh,
purpose? Just
100%. I'll have that with me this weekend.
because I've tried to find flatness with my Pica pencil, and I just
Yeah, it just doesn't
can't.
work.
No,
Yeah.
Just take
it's
a
I
little
can't find a
Perini.
straight. Take the
And
lead
dad
out.
and dad taught me all of that. A little 6 inch, 12-inch rule, have it with you,
Hmm.
and but boy, you have to check things thoroughly for cracks. And what people do is they look at that hand plane and go, "Oh, no, 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 it's missing this adjuster," and they put one on from something else that isn't a ridge to that Stanley,
Mm.
and it gets really confusing for people. And like I told you guys prior to start recording, a lot of people inherit these things because people pass away and they don't understand the value. Then you have these people that come in and just try to, it's terrible,
Yeah, when someone
So,
inherits it, I'm sure they set the plane in the garage or something, then let it rust all
yeah,
over. So it's like in worse condition than when they got it.
yeah. So let's take this a step further because you said something in that text this morning about what about power tools? Do you guys buy used power tools?
Yeah. I and I think that one's coming from the thinking of that a lot of what we talk about is new releases, new things coming out, the latest and greatest. But I think in reality, we all look at, Facebook Marketplace and things when used tools come up. And I was wondering like which ones are ideal to buy used and some just to stay away from.
I I feel like I kind of went through phases with that, right? Like when I first got into woodworking, what was the natural thing? Like, of course, I didn't have a bunch of money to spend on tools. I would go on Facebook Marketplace and try to buy them used because the mindset then was like, well, I want to try to get as many tools as I can for the money that I have. I don't want to spend this much when I can get it for this much, right? Knowing that you're probably going
Mhm.
to end up getting rid of it in the long run. But after that, I think the only used tools that I've ever bought just so happened to be off of Festool Recon.
Mhm.
And I think the reason why, and I would still buy off Festool Recon because there it's still guaranteed, it's still backed for X period of time. You know what you're getting with the brand. So for me, like that's almost a no brainer. Like if they have one, like every time the guys post, hey Recon, the one and done site where they post a bunch of stuff. Um, I always go on there and look because I'm like, hey, if there's something on there that I don't have, like why not spend a little bit of extra money and still get that peace of mind? But I would be really hesitant to buy any used tool off of like Facebook Marketplace now. Like just super hesitant. And
Hmm.
I don't know if it's because you don't know what the other person did with it. You don't know how they treated it. You don't know where it's from. I don't know if
You,
that's the kind of important part to me or if it's just
you don't know if it's been submerged.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's something about the peace of mind of just getting the tool new, even if that means waiting a little bit and saving up and getting it,
Hmm.
because when you buy a new tool, you kind of have a guarantee if something goes wrong with it, it's going to be taken care of, as opposed to if you buy some thing that works when you go pick it up and then you bring it home and then the screw that they put in there falls out and now it's a broken tool and you just got ripped off. Like, I don't know, not that that's happened to me a lot of times, but
Mhm.
I think after a while you just start to appreciate, what you're getting when you buy it new. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Uh, and people have given me stuff, and I've worked my tail off refurbishing it, getting the three-phase converter because they said it wasn't three-phase, and now I got this monstrosity from 1958, humongous bandsaw, a Delta Rockwell,
Mhm.
and after about a year of using it, I fried the phase converter because it was a static one, and I was done. I fried the original motor, and I started looking at
Oh
motors, and I
no.
went, "Why am I gonna go jump through hoops again?" So I got the Harvey,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and I was like, lesson learned. I put too much time into it to get really not allowed out a lot out of it. I got extra blades for it. Why am I holding on to those? I'm tossing those, you know? So there is something you're going to inherit somebody else's problems
Mhm.
if
Yeah.
they've had a problem with it. And
I,
and then you got to tweak things. And if it's a real old antique power tool, an older power tool, it's like people say all the time, "Hey, you want this?" And I look at them, I go, "No, absolutely not. I don't." It's about the space. They think they have a value of, God, I got to be careful. When you come to power tools, oh my God, you want all these tools? I don't need them. And it's a box of Craftsman routers
yeah.
or Craftsman jigsaw or a when this or a Harbor Freight that. And I'm like, but I don't want to be insulting to people. No, I don't want them,
Yeah.
you know. And they say, hey, you wanna look at this because I know you like tools and so and so just passed away and I go, well, could you take a picture? And they go, what do
Yeah.
you mean? I go, I don't want to say, I don't want to waste my time.
Right.
I don't want to, how do you say, it's tough. That's not my cup of tea. That's not what I would like. And I'm picky when I'm buying. I like buying new now, but boy, I have a lot of antique stuff that works fantastic. But I've
There,
put the blood, sweat, and tears on refurbishing. Like my number five sings. It's an old Stanley, and like I said, I just bought the knob and the tote off the internet, and a beautiful cherry knob and tote handle, and it sings like a Lee Nielsen. But I put a ton of time into it. But I got it at a decent value, free 95 from my dad. So
Yeah.
that's good. I
you
think the
know,
one that I would be tempted to do is the lumber mill that is over 100 years old that I go to in our town has the Powermatic joiner that's like green, that's
oh,
100 years old,
now
and
you're
it's like
talking.
it has like a 12-inch, I would guess, 12-inch bed on it. It's not massively huge, but it thing is massive. It's like almost a solid cast iron base on the bottom, and it's got a huge Powermatic stamp on it, like
Yep.
red. It's just cool. And I think if I saw something like that pop up on Marketplace, I'd probably be very interested.
And the other way I would buy something is if I knew the owner
Mm,
and I knew they were meticulous in keeping their machinery running properly,
yeah, that's a good point.
right? And they barely used it.
Yeah, this one has been used, over 100 years in their shop. They only moved locations one time. That was like 10 years ago, but they were in the same place for almost 90 years. And you know who bought their spot? Jif Peanut Butter, the plant they
What?
needed. They needed the Jif plant needed their land, and they built the plant around their building that's been there at the lumber yard. Had been right by downtown for 100 years. So they
Yeah.
basically paid them to move so they could add on to the peanut butter plant.
Yeah,
But
I think that's the way I would buy something if I knew the person.
Yeah, I
and I
think that
knew how
does
they took
help.
care of stuff.
That does help. And maybe that's why Marketplace is so popular because you almost sometimes can know, oh, this person knows 6 people that I know. And that's instant credibility. When the seller knows people that you know, I think that's always
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We were talking about this today at work about people talking to people and not insulting them, and being nice because you don't want to upset them. Uh, but it's something that you got to be, how do you say, you got to treat people with respect and not crap on whatever.
And you know
Did that
what?
make sense?
It
It's like
does.
I want to, like that hand plane always comes back to me. That's like that was their grandfather's. You can't say it's a piece of junk for $5. It's
Right.
priceless to them.
Hmm.
But do you know where
You know?
people feel completely comfortable doing that? On forums, on Facebook groups.
Yeah.
People are so rude. And
Mean.
I've noticed in the past few days, I'm members of like a woodworking, trim Corvette group, a couple of groups like that. And all of them seem to be going through this phase where somebody is too mean to a question that was asked. And then
Hmm.
everybody jumps in and goes, that was rude. And they're like, serves him right. Shouldn't be on this group anyway. And I feel like all the groups right now, I'm seeing that on. It's the
Mm.
skilled trim carpentry group, all of them. There's the admin comes on there basically and says, now kids, don't be mean to each other or you're going to be blocked. And I'm like, I didn't join these groups to see this kind of stuff. And it's really sad to see that. It's funny you said about be nice when you brought up because I saw that this morning and I thought that's another topic we could even hit on because it's like what it made me start thinking about is what's happening is the free public spaces that everybody can come to. There's a few bad people who come on there and try to ruin it for everybody. And it's like
Yep.
it makes the
Mhm.
free fun spaces not so fun. And then what happens? We start being behind paywalls, like even our Discord would count as a place that you can talk freely and you're not going to get bashed because it's a lot of like-minded people
Yes.
that have even paid to be there. So that's
Yep.
the difference in a free forum and a forum that has associated with pay. I felt like thinking, if it continues this route, everybody's just going to stay away from the public sites because of what's out there, and they're all going to be behind private walls.
I mean, that's already
Yeah.
happening. Like
It's
that's
already
Yes.
happening.
probably it's
Yep.
probably one of the biggest trends that I've started to see this year is that all of the creators are starting to put things behind a paywall because to be quite honest with you, I know I can speak for myself and why I deleted the YouTube Studio app from my phone completely is because always seeing that stupid negativity that's on the open forum for people to write all the time, it just gets annoying and old. And so you end up wanting to start focusing your attention on
The
people
good
that,
people.
yeah, they're paying, but for that money, they should have a place where they can go. And I think that that's why you see all the creators now going that way because they see the shift and they see that people want that because you're 100% right about the Discord, right? Like I don't think I've ever seen
No.
Mm-mm.
like
Nope.
negativity on
We get the
the Discord app.
we
No,
get the best patrons,
I mean,
guys.
and there's good questions out there, and from
Except for
product
Patrick.
development and people are
Yeah.
very helpful. And they're in a group, and it's how many times I see on a group, and I will completely think out my response, sometimes even type it, and then I delete it, like on these forms because I don't want to get involved in it. Somebody's going to
Yeah.
want to argue with me, but it felt better to type it out, but then I just stop because when I do, sometimes I just regret it. But the whole reason why I'm a member of some of these groups is to get good knowledge, info, and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. And when there's people on there that are bashing everyone who asks a question, it makes you
Yeah.
not want to participate.
Hmm.
A-
You know?
And and when you return a rude comment with a rude comment, you have lowered yourself to the
Hmm.
scumbag.
Yeah.
And you don't need that. Somebody said something to me, and because he's got a huge following, I'll say it's Dusty from Dusty Lumber. I think I've said this on this podcast. He goes, you get thousands and thousands and thousands of great comments, but what do you remember? The
Hmm.
negative one.
Hmm.
And I don't want that. I don't need that. We all get those negatives, but yeah, you kind of remember them because people are just daggone mean. But that's, how do you say, what does Wreck-It Ralph say? You got to have a thick skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think the thing that ruins it on those forums is that let's say you have a question I mean, we take this back to buying tools, right? Somebody can
Yep.
go on one of these used tool forums, and because those I find valuable, right? Because you can have conversations with the people, and people have different experiences, and people usually know each other in those things. But let's say that you're selling a festival domino, right? Or you're looking to buy a festival domino, and you see one in this selling group chat. A lot of people want to go in and read the comments to see what kind of stuff is going back and forth, or hey, I'm thinking about getting a festival domino. Can you guys share your thoughts? And they'll get some good feedback, and then you'll have those guys come in, and then they make the comments like, oh, that's so dumb, you don't need that, you could do it by hand, or there's so many cheaper ways to do that. And then what ends up happening is that everybody else that hates people that do that, then they get involved, and then it turns into this long dissertation on everybody going back and forth, and then it kills it for the person that's looking for information to buy
Yes.
that tool, right?
Yeah.
And it
Yes.
gets to a point where I'm going to go somewhere else and try to find it. Maybe it's YouTube, maybe it's whatever. But it is really crappy when that kind of stuff happens.
Yeah. I feel like.
I wanted to ask something because you guys both gave an example. We were talking about buying a used tool. It's funny that the examples that you guys give, because there are certain instances where, yes, you have to buy a used tool. And you guys both gave really good examples when you're talking about antique hand planes. And if you found a Powermatic, jointer pop up, maybe you would consider buying it because you know what that is and what it was made out of and the quality back then and all these other things that you just won't get nowadays. So, like, yeah, there's absolutely instances where there is no choice but to buy a used tool if it's discontinued. The Vaxis is a great example. You ain't buying a brand new Vaxis.
Yeah.
Would I buy a used one? Yeah, of course. Sure. Because you can't
Oh,
get a
Good
new
point.
one, right?
good point. That's a
You
great.
just gotta
there are-
ask. You just gotta ask the guy if it sucks when you
That's
show up.
Yeah. Does it suck? Nope.
But
It's
Does
good.
it suck?
Yeah, that's a really good. That's a good point, Jason.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely instances where you have to buy it, but I feel like if it's a product, like at least for me personally, if it's a product that's being produced right now, 99% of the time, I'm probably not even going to think twice about doing it. But with that being said, do you think there are some things that it makes more sense to buy used because of a need basis? And what I mean by that is, Sedge, when we poured your concrete slab,
Yep.
would you have gone out and bought a concrete mixer for that one job brand new? Right?
No.
No, you probably would have rented one, maybe.
Yes. Yep.
Or let's say that you had like 2 or 3 projects coming up that you knew you were going to need one, but you kind of wanted to have that tool in the future just in case you needed it. Would that be maybe a scenario
Yeah.
where it makes
Yep,
sense?
Probably would have bought one.
Yeah.
But I meet a lot of people. You know what happened? My buddy Brian just brought it over. He goes, "I got one."
Yeah.
But if I would have searched marketplace and saw a used one, I probably would have bought that. That's a great point too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I struggle, like even with golf stuff, a lot of times because people are always getting rid of golf clubs, right? They buy it,
Yep.
they hit it, they don't like it. Maybe it only has been hit 20 times. I still can't bring myself to buying used, but I'm very, very quick to sell golf clubs that I no longer need, and people buy them right up
Yeah.
Right? because you just don't know what they were doing. And that's not even one of those instances where you're like, oh, if something's wrong with it, you're going to get what you pay for, and they're going to take care of the problem. It's just, I don't know. I just feel more comfortable going and just buying it from a store because I can just take it back to the store if I didn't like it.
Good point. Would you buy would you buy, like, Ronnie, I'm looking behind you. Would you buy somebody's woodpecker square?
You know that one would be cautious. You wouldn't know if they set it. They could have set it down too hard, and
Yep.
if it was a state. I don't think I would trust myself at being able to bring another one with me to check it, and it's just not worth it. Unless it was like yard sale prices. Then it's no brainer. Maybe but I don't know. I think mine's more about things that are old or that you can't get, because a lot of the things, like I regularly see festival tools for sale out there, and they're not far off from retail. So I would
Yeah.
you're getting like a 10% off coupon or something when you buy a festival tool on Marketplace.
Yeah. In some cases, I've even seen
Yeah.
them during the pandemic. Remember when it was impossible to get
Yeah.
anything?
Yeah.
Every
they were
single
going up.
festival product I saw on Facebook Marketplace
Yeah.
was more than retail.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. I
just
remember
like the Vaxis
that.
now,
Yep.
Yep. Can't believe
selling
it.
on eBay for like, $3,000.
It's crazy,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. You saw a dumpster full of those just the other day, didn't you?
Yeah.
I had to go to the back aisle. We had about 30 of them. And I just said, "What do you want to do with this?" They go, "I'll put them in the crusher dumpster." So I did.
Yeah.
It's a management decision.
Yeah, I don't argue. I'm just, the grunt.
This is going to be crazy, but I actually think I might get rid of my second one that I have.
Really?
You
It's just
should,
sitting
man.
there.
It's just sitting there. Get
Well,
you know
I've
what? And
never I've
that's
never wished I had a second one. So maybe if I had it, I would
yeah.
think it. One's always been enough for me. But what were we gonna say?
Declutter. If
Well,
it's
the
you know
reason
what
why
we learned
I,
so much from Ben, and that was Ben's, right?
it
That was
was.
Ben's. Yep.
And I mean, the dang thing is like practically brand new. And
Yeah.
one of the reasons why I'm considering it, or the only one of the reasons why I've been keeping it, originally I had a plan where I wanted to incorporate both of them into a work center, but then I'm like, that's completely unnecessary. I absolutely don't need to do that, especially now with Tyler's like vac pads and everything. There's so
Yep.
many other ways that I can retrofit, suction at that table. But um, in the event that like the pump goes out, so what I've actually thought about doing is maybe taking the one that's like shiny and new and then getting rid of the one that I've been using for quite some time. It's
That's
not
not
a
a bad
bad
idea.
not a bad idea. But then my luck, it would fail. The newer one would fail. But I know I'm going to get a bunch of messages now. Hey, if you decide to sell that, let me know. Don't worry, everybody. It'll be on eBay. Starting bid $29.99.
Starting.
I know what I
Do you
have.
have do you have the pods with it and everything?
I have the pods for my current one, but uh, or the spare heads, right? You're talking about?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I've got that for my current one, and then the one that I have is just it's the pump and the main head unit with the big circular round one. $29.99 on eBay. $29.99.99.
That pad, those little 3-pad options were the longest festival purchase I've ever waited to make. I complained about it every time I saw Sedge for like 3 years straight. I was like, that's the dumbest price thing I've ever seen. And he was like, kind of like, I don't care. And then it's one of those things where it is I don't understand the price, but it is once I got those three after I used it for a few years without it. I'm like, I wish I got this earlier.
Yeah.
But I don't even
Oh,
remember. I think I blocked it. I think it was 350 for that sustainer in those three. Is it something like that? Was it 350, $400 range?
Hmm.
So I always just thought
yeah.
it should be in the 2 range, and I was really bothered by it. But that's why I had it discontinued.
We had so many, they didn't sell. Then we lowered the price. They still didn't sell. We discontinued it, and yeah, baby,
Yeah.
Everybody
goodbye.
wants it, man. I tell you
Hot
what,
item.
if Festool brought back that limited edition, limited run, I bet you they would sell like hotcakes for like a month.
They'd sell out, and everybody be mad they didn't get one.
Yeah, they should just do the one-time tool. We're bringing back the
Yeah.
one-time tool of the Vaxis.
Yep.
I wanted to ask something because I just thought of it. Before I said some of the only used tools that I bought typically come from Festool Recon, and I would feel totally comfortable doing it again today. And reasoning behind that is you know what you're going to get, you trust the brand, all that stuff, right? So I was thinking about it. Well, what if we're in a scenario where it's like a really, really big ticket item? And I'll give you an example off the top of my head. We'll say Felder
Rolex.
sliding table saw,
Hmm.
right? So fully, I think we did. I did when I was talking with Felder last time, when we like built the K700 that eventually may or may not be coming to the shop. I think it was like $18,000 or $19,000, right? So let's say that we found one of those on Marketplace from a cabinetry shop that maybe upgraded to like an Altendorf or something like that, and it was listed at like $13,000. On big ticket items like that, do you think that then it makes a little bit more sense? And a quality product like that, it makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah, but I'd have to get a good look at it.
Yeah.
And I think knowing who the seller was or something about the seller would help.
Yeah.
I'd
I
be
agree
I'd
on
be really
that.
worried if where somebody had one and we're like, I got it through somebody else. I'd be like, no, I'm not interested.
Yeah. True. Because now you
What
have
was
two
that
people you have
company?
to worry about.
What was that company that I don't know if they still exist that was called X Factory? Yeah, that was huge many, many moons ago on the internet. Everybody would put their used equipment on there. X
S-
Factory, it was called.
Sounds like a
Uh,
porn site.
It was.
Are you sure it was an XX factory
No, no, no. It was X Factory.
or XXX? Yeah. I think I've been on that site before.
Yeah. They had some machines on there, didn't they?
Yeah, sure. They sure did.
Yeah,
Sedge has it on the back of his shirts on those little tags. I don't know
I
what that
do.
means.
Yeah. XXX.
Hey, I saw a lot of our patrons this weekend. I was
You
down at
did?
the Woodcraft in Dayton, Ohio on Saturday.
How was that?
Phenomenal. Dirk is right. I had dinner with Dirk and Stephanie on Friday night when I got down there. And then Dirk was there the entire time I was there. Dirk, by the way, those pickles were phenomenal. You got me. So that was my dinner. That was my lunch on the way home. Uh, God, I'm gonna mess it up, but there were so many of our patrons. Warren was there. Dirk. Um, Seth came in. It was Colson's birthday. Uh, oh God, it was awesome. He's right. Those people at that Woodcraft are wonderful. Tony, the manager, just a super, super dude. That place was so filled with not just Festool stock, but everything. The shelves were packed with, and it was amazing. I was like, "This is great. This is how a Woodcraft should work and operate." The guys were great behind the counter. They jump up when a customer came in. It was awesome.
That's
And Dirk,
good.
you're right. What a great place. We were talking about it on Beers with the Boys, I think, last time. I'm starting to
Oh,
forget where I talk with people because I've been really busy. Yeah, and it was funny. Marty came in. Marty from Mason. You know how he's call him. He's the new one. He's the new alliteration. Instead of Dirk from Dana, it's Marty from Mason.
Marty
He came
Mason.
in. You know, Marty from Cincy. He came
That's
in, and
funny.
I'm forgetting a bunch of people, but it was great. Yeah, it was packed. So it was
That's
kind of
cool.
nice. Yep. Yeah,
um,
it's when I say I'm starting to forget, Ronnie, you were talking about it. Where did I talk about that, or was that on Beers with the Boys, or was that last week, or
I
when did we
regularly
talk
can't
about that?
remember. Yeah, I
And th-
regularly. I just know sometimes I said it on a Zoom, but I don't remember if it was one of our patron calls or if it was a podcast.
yeah, and now that I have the uh, Sedge Tool patron call one Sunday a month, we do a live feed. I get really confused. I go, did I talk about that, or did I talk about it at the
Yeah,
demo day
yeah, it's
yesterday?
hard to keep track of everything.
for sure.
Yeah,
You mentioned
but it's
Beers with the
cool.
Boys. That's
This Friday.
this Friday, and it is a Beers with the Boys, open to everybody.
Oh, that's gonna be wonderful.
Yeah.
I may not
What?
be able to be there.
No,
May not be. I'll
oh,
verify for you.
it's my anniversary. Are you coming
Oh,
for my
no, 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 no,
anniversary?
no. That's right. We said Sedge, you just reminded me. That's right, because you said it
Oh
was your
yeah,
anniversary. We were going to do it
that's right.
on the 8th. Yeah.
There you go. That's better for me too.
I'm
That'd be
kidding
fun.
everybody. It's on the 8th.
Just
Talked
joking.
about it
April
before I went to
Fools.
Germany, Sedge, and I totally forgot about that. I apologize.
We
It's
did it
okay.
during the call though. I think
No,
it
no,
was
no, no,
during
no,
the
no. We're not doing it
recording.
on your anniversary.
Really?
Yeah, no, it's
Ah,
good for me
damn it!
Absolutely
Now I gotta
not.
go to dinner and I gotta treat her nice. God damn it!
We took
Yeah.
away his excuse.
Yeah,
You know
sorry.
how many years I've been married, boys?
That's my bad. I forgot about it.
33.
Oh my
Wow,
gosh.
Yeah,
that's
it's crazy,
that's
man.
God,
you got
you've
married
been
when you were
married almost
7.
as long as I've been alive.
Yeah. You know what sucks? I still love her.
Yeah. it's,
You know,
it's a terrible thing,
they
isn't it?
It's terrible. Terrible,
The
terrible.
the experts say your all's chances of staying together are pretty high.
The
Oh
experts,
my God.
your
After
great
30
grandma.
years, after 30 years, they say you have a real good shot.
My brother got divorced after 26 years of marriage.
Wow.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Everyone has a breaking point.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. So the 8th, that's my bad. I don't know why.
Here's to the boys on the 8th.
Yeah. I don't know why I thought that. I remember we talked about it before I went to Germany.
That
And we had
that
the
works for
same
me.
I
conversation. You're
haven't,
like, well, you had said it the same thing too. You're like, oh, it's my anniversary, but okay. And I was like, wait, what? No.
dude, I haven't seen you in forever.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, I tried to get you to come eat what may have been the best brisket I've ever made
Well,
on
and you
Saturday.
know what?
I'm telling you, oh, this one it was unreal. Like, you know how typically, like, I'll cook it and I'll pick at it a little bit, and then I usually eat like 2 pieces. I had 2 like piles of it. I couldn't
Not
stop
good, huh?
eating it. Yes, it was very
Who was
good.
in town?
My friends Tim and Casey from Georgia.
I seriously, I'm sorry I missed it. I had tickets to the comedian. Right? We went, right? I got
Mhm.
home, plenty of time to make it. We were stuck in traffic. It started at 4. We didn't get to the venue at 4:30. And then the tickets would not download onto our phone.
That's happened to me.
Yep. So we got in the car and we wasted 2.5 hours. The
Mm.
traffic at the Fishers Event Center, if you ever see something there, do not go. The half the audience was still in traffic at 4:30
On a
Gosh, that's
Saturday?
terrible.
on a Saturday.
Wow.
465 is the biggest cluster, and they were down to one lane and no access to 69. It was crazy. So we took the back roads, right, which said about 40 minutes. Plenty of time. There were so many road closures because everybody in Carmel was putting in a goddamn roundabout.
Mm.
It was Mary Ann and I were like, what's next? And then we get to Fishers and no police officers directing traffic. So
Wow.
I showed Rick, I took a screenshot of my phone. It said
Yeah, I was like, what's that?
1.8 miles away, right? A
42
screenshot.
minutes.
Yeah, you know what? It said 37 minutes.
Oh
Good
man.
guess. He
Yeah.
just typed back. He went, ooh. And then we were communicating with them after we got home. Marianne said when they got out of there, it took them 45 minutes to get out of the parking lot.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's absurd.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Why
can't
pay for
stand
that
that.
entertainment? Why pay for the hassle, the aggravation?
Yeah.
So we learned our lesson.
Mm.
Well, I just realized I completely forgot to shout out our main
Oh,
platinum sponsor, Grit Automation, at the beginning of the episode. Sorry, I've been out of this for a few weeks, trying to
yeah.
get my bearing. So thank you, Grit Automation. Which, speaking of that, um, I'm going to have Joel come on as a guest here soon,
Oh,
leading
cool.
up to
Very
the
cool.
actual event itself. So be on the lookout for that. We
Mhm.
also want to thank Leather by Dragonfly and Forge 3D
Yes.
for being gold level sponsors. This event is shaping up to be really good. We've actually just sold our 42nd ticket. Maybe it was the 43rd to our newest patron, actually, Mr. Jazz Pierce, who is the one
Nice.
that I went to go visit down in Atlanta.
Cool.
He
Welcome.
will be coming with his wife to the event. But yeah, I mean, we're getting real close, like really
Yep.
close. Oh, I am going to be sending out an email about this, but I did talk to the hotel today. We've sold 40 plus tickets. Only 33 rooms have been booked, and 3 of those are us. So some people have either not booked the hotel, and we only have a certain amount of time left, like a couple more weeks, I think, before those
So
whatever we have left goes away and they go back to normal pricing. So be on the lookout for an email if you've already bought a ticket. I will send it out as a reminder. But you're going to need to book that room and you're going to need to book it soon if you haven't. I understand that some people probably booked it using points. And that's totally fine. I only get to see the people who used our actual link. So there's been some confusion as to where the link is. I've received multiple emails from people. Um, but when you bought your ticket, you received an email. In that email is an attachment, and that attachment was your ticket. And in that attachment, there's actually a link to book the hotel. So, but I'll be sending all that stuff out again for those who have not booked a room. But I would really hate it for somebody to be all excited about this event and then remember that they forgot to book their room and now they're booking it at $375 a night or whatever crazy rate
I remembered it being close to 400 when you said,
Yes.
that was,
389. I remember. Yep.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
Hey,
Do
just a
not
friendly
miss out
reminder,
on that.
everybody. Get your stuff
Yeah.
together and get those rooms. Let's go.
yeah,
Yeah.
Not trying to be pushy. We just want to make sure everybody's happy.
it's gonna be a good time.
Oh yeah.
Good time. And this time actually Nicole and the boys are gonna come out for a night.
Nice.
Good.
They'll probably come Friday maybe and spend the day Saturday. So
Cool.
that should be cool. So everybody that's coming will get to meet my two crazy boys, at least temporarily until it's time for them to go to bed, which will be fairly early. Any of you guys got any new stuff? Any new news? Anything crazy you've been doing?
I got an update on my potassium dichromate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
experiment.
Let's hear about
Yeah.
I want to
that.
hear about that.
Yeah. So I talked about it, I know, on a podcast a little bit about my struggle with trying to make sure I don't stain my white holly on the top of the boat. And I came across a method to make high tannin woods like mahogany and sapele in that. And what else is like cedar woods like that, darker. And it doesn't affect woods like holly because they're not tannic. And I started doing research, going down a rabbit hole, and it's supposed to be really dangerous stuff. Like you can't breathe it, cancer, all that kind of stuff. You wouldn't want to sand it without a HEPA, they said, that kind of thing. But it's orange crystals. I ordered some after looking everywhere you can buy. Amazon was the best place, and I paid $132 for it's a bottle about that big, but
Wow.
about the size of a soda can. But here's the thing: is the size of a soda can. When you open it up, it's half full. So for that much is $132. But the woodworker I watched on YouTube said he's had the same bottle for his entire woodworking career, and he's like in his 60s. So it lasts basically forever, I guess. But what you do, I did a test piece and you mix the crystals, which if it would be very dangerous for a kid to be around them because they're bright orange and they have rainbows in them. And you just take hot water and you mix it in the hot water and it makes a like an orangey liquid. And I tested it out on two pieces of holly in the middle and the holly and the sapele and the sideboards to see what it would do. And the first time I mixed it too strong, and it scared me because it turned the holly yellow. And I was like, this is
Ooh.
not what I wanted. This is not what I wanted. So I was pretty mad about it. I went like sat on the couch because I did the experiment at home and I was thinking about it. I thought, wait a minute, maybe I mixed it too strong. So I brought up the YouTube video again and I listened to it closely. And I thought he said half a teaspoon for a quart. And it translated to, he said I would start with a quarter teaspoon and work your way up from there. So I did double strength.
Ooh.
So then I got excited. This is like 3 hours later. I get excited to run back in the kitchen, do another experiment, and it worked. You can maybe very slightly see a hint of it on the white of the holly, but overall, not at all. And I'm thinking worst case, I could probably come back, even if I made like a custom scraper, like cut a scraper and made it 3/8 inch thick and just went along each one of them with a scraper if I needed to. That's like my insurance policy. But it's very impressive. I have the boards right here on me.
Cool.
Okay. So here are the three boards. The first time I did it, that's the first time. That's
What, the
just
one that-
one cut. There's the original right below. See how
Wow.
light and blonde it is?
Yeah.
And the second time I mixed it up is the bottom. So you're looking at a very, very dark brown on the top. It like
Yeah.
really darkened. And then the sapele is like, that lighter color now. But this one right here, it's kind of what I would call the stain I'm using on the boat. It's just called classic mahogany color.
Yeah.
It brought it up. You can see the ribbons on that one in the middle.
Yeah.
The difference on the one in the middle is it's the outer board. These two are matched together. So I wanted to see this one. This is the perimeter one, and these two are the ones so you can see they're going to be, the border will be a different color no matter what on the outside. And then my holly strip didn't make it from the van here.
Oh man.
The holly strip, but on the holly strip, to give you an example, that bright white, the first time it looked like a really light yellow, like pretty much just a yellow wood. And I was like, that's not going to fly. Second time, I can barely see, if anything. So the other idea I thought about is maybe to take a brush and put some sealer on the tops of the white before I do it, just as an insurance policy. But I just got to make sure that sealer doesn't get on those boards next to it. So I don't know if I would be shooting myself in the foot to do that. But it sounds like if I do it diluted, I'll be okay, just to make it a little bit.
I mean, can you take the painstaking time to get one of those super high quality tapes? That like masking for like painting and all that stuff, and just lay them out on the mahogany.
Tape. You can get that 3M tape in 3/8" thickness even. It's an option, but I don't know. I did the experiment we talked about, but still, I don't know if I trust. It's like 3 weeks of work. I'm getting ready to, or a month now, getting ready to go and just, I guess the worst case, I could sand it off, paint it black. That'd be
just
awesome.
Use India ink.
The internet would love that, wouldn't they? With the roller.
Yeah, use this beautiful. Oh God, that'd be so funny. You should have like a fake mock-up set up to the side.
That would be awesome.
And then it's you like taking your roller and painting it all black.
We're doing black lacquer, high gloss.
Yeah. Real classy.
Well, so I know everybody's not building a boat, but I think it's really a good thing for people to know about, because this is the only video I found, this guy that has it out there. I haven't seen many other people talk about it, but it is a good option to keep in the shop. And now that I know how long, I mean, a quarter of a teaspoon will make a quart, and you can put a lid on that and use it for eternity. Once the crystals are dissolved, they're dissolved, and it just looks like an orange liquid. But you just put it on there, and it takes about 10 minutes, and it just changes the color of it. It's a reaction.
Is this like the people that do the steel wool and vinegar solution? Is it to bring the tannins out and darken it? Like kind of the same idea?
The potassium dichromate reacts to that tannin, and it creates a darker.
It's so like a fuming process, right?
Yeah, I guess it's in that category. The one the steel wool you're talking about is where it's almost like there's a reaction, a chemical reaction. Yeah. It makes it look old. Iron. Yep. Yeah, it makes it look old. But this is what's interesting about it is if somebody was doing kind of marquetry type thing or something really with like an inlay, like if it was a mahogany table with an inlay and you didn't know what to do, this would be the thing to use, because it's going to change the color of the outer, but not as long as the wood species are correct. But it's interesting to know about. It's one of those purchases on Amazon that I looked at and I sat there for a week and thought, oh, I'll find it better, find it cheaper. I'll find it. It's hard to even find. It came like a medical container, like the way that they had it packed and shipped. And they say it's very dangerous, but everything that I've read is basically not to sand, not to get the sawdust after it's been put on the wood. So that's, to me, is a low hazard, because it's going to be sealed up anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Until some guy just comes along and restores my boat in 3042
and sands it, right?
He sands it. He'll sand it with the Festool laser sander.
Yeah.
That's CNC guided.
Hey, what did you hear?
Let me grab that.
Wow.
I think he's been huffing that stuff a little bit too much.
I think he has been inhaling it.
No. There's the color of it. I'll pour a little bit on there.
Yeah, good idea. No gloves.
It looks like candy. They're pretty big. They look like Nerds candy is the best way to explain it, and they've got little rainbows in them. But they say this lasts forever, so maybe it's not that bad. You know how expensive stains and Rubio and things like that can be, so maybe it's not that much.
I'm wondering,
But I couldn't find anybody that sold a different quantity of that. And they
it,
said the liquid's not the same thing.
is there a reason why you didn't just do the color change before you glued it all up? Like,
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead, Sedge.
No. There
Yeah,
was a
you know.
reason. I'm trying to
Uh,
remember. There was a reason.
well, it can't. You're not seeing the top surface until they all come together, and it has to be faired. So whatever you had on there is getting taken off.
Yep, that's
Like
it.
oh,
like
You had to fair it. Yep, that's it.
we've probably removed eighth of an inch off from all the surfaces on the top just to make it them all come together. You know, so the boating world solution is to put the caulking between it. You know, they tape and they put the black, white, and yellow. They put that in between it, and then they pull the tape, and that also acts for expansion, contraction, all those kind of things. It does a lot of things. That's the conventional way. There's boat companies that do it this way, and people have built it. It's just much more labor intensive. And then another question somebody would say is, why don't you just put clear on there and call it a day? It's like the classic mahogany is not the same as new mahogany, and new mahogany is very light. It's
Yep.
almost like a yellow light. It's and some people say it will darken over time, but I just don't want to take that chance because I did the epoxy on the back of the boat, and I'm actually going to tint a clear coat just to make it darker because it's just so blonde. It just doesn't have that look. You want that classic red mahogany look, but I don't want to make my white stripes go away.
Did you guys think of a name of it for her yet?
We talked about scrap wood, but
Oh, that'd be a good name.
But
I
that's
thought you were
such a
going to name it
lie.
Nicole.
Nicole.
I thought you were going to name it after your mistress.
Oh, that's a cool name, Scrapwood.
Yeah, even though there's not really scrap wood on it. But
I know. The Scrapwood is
That's kinda
behind
funny,
you,
though.
right?
yeah,
That's
this is
kind of
where I won't
funny.
forget to build with it.
Yeah.
It does. It makes it funny because it's not scrap wood, but yeah, I did end up using a piece of wood that I bought when I worked at Toyota from a woodworker who's moving to New Orleans.
Oh.
I bought his wood collection for 500. I still remember from just a collection of different things. And he had a piece of mahogany that he was going to make a guitar out of. And that's what I used for the middle sections of the boat. And I've hung on to this. It's been in closets in the basement of my house. It was about 8 foot tall and 16 inches wide and
Wow.
3.5 inches thick.
Wow.
I've had it for close to 18 years, 18-year range. But the thing is, when you have a piece of wood like that, he was going to make a guitar out of his. But nothing is good enough. Every project, you're like, what if I use this? No, I don't want to use it for that. I don't want to use it for that. And finally, I told Cameron, I'm like, I think there's enough on there that we can get all those center boards. Let's just use that because I'm tired of moving it around.
Yep.
And it was almost like a priceless piece of wood because you can't find
16 inches wide.
16 inches wide, 3.5 thick, and it's taller than me. And I've hung on to it. And I mean, it takes Cameron and I both to move it. It's so dense. Putting it through the bandsaw was not fun, but I book matched to cut it, and all of the top boards are book matched out, and it's from the same piece of wood. So I shouldn't get any surprises when I go to put any kind of finish on there because it all came from the same piece on both sides.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm glad I learned that lesson on other things and not a boat on building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that I think this is going to work out. I just have to do a really weak solution. And they said if you don't like it, you can do it again and actually build on it'll reactivate. So it sounds like a very chemically wise, natural way of doing it without it being an actual product. So it's very interesting, and I've never heard about it, but apparently it's in the finishing book. You know that book, the color one that everybody has, the ultimate finishing guide.
Bob Flexner,
Yes, Bob Flexner.
Understanding Wood Finish.
Yes, I have that book, and I must have skipped that page. I didn't see that. So that book talks about it if somebody wanted to find more information out about it.
You probably saw that page and were like, I'm not a chemist. Next.
Like, I don't care about dichromate. You lost me there. I'm just going to turn the page and see. I like to see pretty pictures.
Yeah. I use the same stuff in my crystal meth.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, stupid.
Yeah. I saw that on Breaking Bad once.
So that's cool. It came in like a medical container. And
Yeah, it made me a little nervous. The yellow seal that I thought I just grabbed a knife to cut it, it was actually around the lid. It was actually a rubber, heavy duty rubber lid, like with plastic coating on it. And then it had another seal on top of that. It said sealed, but I don't know what all the hazard thingies mean, but it's got all these hazards.
Oh,
You got
don't.
lungs.
Oh,
Ooh,
there's
it's
one.
got the
Don't
skull and crossbones.
and
Don't
don't
use
pour
water.
it. Don't pour stuff in the lid. And
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's got a tree. That must be environmental.
what's that?
yeah.
What's that person with a star in the middle? What's that?
Um, that's
It means
that's
it's
a
good for your
lung.
lungs.
I think it's
It,
saying lung. I've never seen that
oh,
one before.
Yeah, which you
Yeah.
just had the lid off and we're breathing it in. Good job.
yeah.
No, I didn't sand it. It wasn't
Everybody, we
airborne
would like
contaminant.
to
It'll put
we have
a
a moment
hole
of
in you.
silence for Ronnie Fulton.
If it's true what they say about fiberglass is going to be the next asbestos, I'm dead anyway. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
Yeah,
yeah.
I know. I know.
Screwed.
I ate so much of that when I was remodeling houses when I was in my 20s to 30s.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. I would just be like, but I don't think there was a lot of focus on that lung until like more recently. People have accepted about that. Speaking of that, my most common exoskeleton comment from people in the US is I would never wear that to a job site. And I get laughed off. It's almost like they're saying, I really want it, but I'm scared of what my friends would say.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think that's an interesting difference. I feel like in Europe, they don't think that way. I think in Europe, they're more willing to adapt to change better things. And the US side just is not as willing to do that.
They're afraid of change.
Yes. Yes.
And the thing is I've heard this comment. I'm not a robot. They
Yeah.
think they just think it's too complicated, and it's not complicated. I'll just keep doing it the way I did it, and
Yeah.
I'll hurt my back and
Well, in
end up
20
in a
years,
hospital.
everybody will have one, or you will actually have robots on site that are doing the work, and humans aren't doing it at all anyway.
100%.
Yep. Yep.
Sedge, did
I
you
didn't
have?
think I didn't think it would come this quick, but it is coming quick.
Yeah. Did you
Yes.
did you have anything important, pertinent to
Just working in the shop, working
shop?
in the shop. Had a great weekend. Had an Ask Sedge on Sunday. LR32. We just did the third installment. Advanced settings on and just having fun. I'm looking at building out something for the outside, and I'm designing it right now, and gonna do some planners. Marianne wants me to do a couple planner boxes, so I'll do that. Maybe I'll shoot content, maybe I won't, but
Yeah.
who knows?
Don't.
That's
It'll
what
go
I've been
much
working
faster.
on.
It'll go much
Yeah,
faster.
I'll get it done.
Don't. Yeah.
I know.
Constant
So,
struggle of a content creator.
yep. Yep. Can't really plan anything this year. It's almost over. It's
Yeah.
August 1st on Friday, man.
It's nuts. It's almost Max's third birthday
That's
Whoa.
crazy, dude.
coming up in a couple weeks. Patrick and Michelle will be here.
Woo.
Yeah. Big three.
Big
The
three.
big three.
God. Wild. Oh, I got Leo a haircut today. He's going back to school, first grade. Starts first grade on Wednesday. And I
Really?
was
That
like,
early?
yeah. I was like, you need to get a haircut. And he's like, okay. And then, of course, one of his friends has like the little lightning bolt and lines in the
Oh,
side.
yeah.
Leo does now.
Nice.
On one side, he got it like the little Z, lightning bolt
Yeah.
thing. I got to be honest with you, he looks really good though. I was like,
That's
Dad's not doing
why
that,
Jason
but
did it too.
yeah, that'll come out in the Christmas calendar, guys. You guys will get to see
There
me
you
with my
go.
lightning bolts. Well, cool.
Well, welcome back, Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here. I don't no big trips planned for a while. It's always tough, man. Like 2 weeks is a long time to be away from your stuff. And I think if we go, not if we go next year, we are 100% going next year. But there's a chance we might go twice and just do like a couple 10-day stints, spring and fall. Because the kids get to like day 9, day 10, and I mean they're ready. You can tell.
Yep.
So, oh my God, I got a naked baby running.
Nice.
The naked baby with a sticker on his chest.
Hi, naked man.
We're getting ready to jump off here, Leo.
Oh,
You guys want
look
to
at
say
that
hi?
haircut.
Oh, there's the Z.
Oh, there's the Z.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's got
We
it.
can-
You know, that makes him run faster, I'm sure.
It
Yeah.
does. Don't touch it.
Aerodynamic.
Can you say
Hi.
thank you for listening?
Bye-bye.
Say we'll see you next week.
That
Say
was good.
I'm about to be 3.
There you go.
Yeah, you want to say something? Go ahead.
Hello.
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 Okay, whoa. I'm gonna have to
Whoa.
edit that one.
Hold on.
No, Leo, we gotta stop.
Hello. I have a thunderbolt on my head.
Okay. All right, this is getting
I have a
wild.
thunderbolt on my head.
Yeah.
Use that
Thank-
one in a bar.
Thank you for listening to 194.
Thanks,
and we'll See
everybody.
you in the next one.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Naked man.